If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of If You Can Read, You Can Cook. My name is Lewis Morgan, and on today's episode we will highlight a book entitled The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F-U-C-K. And then we'll prepare sweet potato cheesecake muffin. Yeah, there you go, a sweet potato cheesecake muffin. And then I think you all will enjoy that and also enjoy the review for the book. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. Again, the book is The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F-U-C-K by Mark Manson. This is one of those books that it's I won't say it's obvious as to what he's talking about, but just his delivery was, I really liked it. It was simple, direct, and to the point. And what he meant by not giving an F was just making those things that are important. So focusing on, the big picture, if you will, and not paying attention to those naysayers around you, because you're always going to have them. So I think he did a really good job of pinpointing, just pay attention to what you have going on. Also spoke to procrastination, and that we go out here and we procrastinate and we make every excuse in the world, and but understanding that if we just go ahead and we do whatever it is, the outcome, good or bad, it's going to happen as it's supposed to happen. So we're afraid of success a lot of times, so we don't get started. We're afraid of, if it's going to turn out bad, so we don't get started. But we never focus on what'll happen if it turns out good. So, we have to not give a F-U-C-K about certain things in order to reach that success, to reach that goal. One of the other takeaways was not being afraid to fail, because failure brings success, failure brings knowledge, failure brings understanding. So even in that we fail, we gotta not give an F about everything. I join Mark Manson in that don't give an F. Don't give an F-U-C-K. Don't care anything about what people think, what people say. Just go out there and just do it. So really enjoyed this book. I think it's a good read. The Subtle Act of Not Giving an F-U-C-K by Mark Manson. And then we'll go ahead and jump right into the meal. Again, it is a sweet potatoes cheesecake muffin, and they have something similar at, is it Starbucks? Yeah. So, and then I got this recipe off of the internet. I think the guy's name is Rick Snacks. So I'll put his, he did it with pumpkin. I'm not a fan of pumpkin, so I'm gonna use sweet potatoes. And I'm gonna put his ingredients and his instructions in the link below. So we're gonna go ahead and put all of the ingredients together, and then I'll show you those ingredients. I'll be right back. All right, just going to go over the ingredients. So Rick did use almond flour instead of regular flour. So just making definitely a healthier version of it. So I'm just using this almond flour here. I'm gonna use a stick of butter. I think it calls for half a cup of butter. It doesn't say salted or unsalted. I'm using unsalted. There's the baking powder there. I'm gonna also use some vanilla, and then I'm gonna use a cup of sweet potatoes as well. For the cream cheese, gonna use 6 ounces of cream cheese. I'm gonna use cane sugar. You can use whatever sweetener that you want. I think his is powdered sugar. I'm gonna use cane sugar, that's what I have. And then the pumpkin spice, gonna use that. It's gonna be 1 egg yolk for the cream cheese, and then it's gonna be 2 eggs for the muffin portion of it. So gonna go ahead, put all of that together. Very simple, healthy recipe. I don't know if you all have ever had the pumpkin muffin from Starbucks. Oh man, it's fantastic, very addictive. So I'm hoping that this turns out just as well as those, if not better. So we'll put everything together, and then when we come back, we'll see if it's good or if it ain't.
If you can can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. You can do anything. You can do anything. Always knew I'd see a day like this. Blue skies, vanilla clouds, sun rays that gliss. Had a vision, I just pray he made it clear. That is a new look, a good book top with a chef's kiss. Took a while to embrace these gifts. Had to find my niche, had to take that risk. Had to work that whisk, had to use my wits to know that this ain't that, and that ain't this. Come on, you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. You can do anything. You can do anything.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. So here is the finished product. That is your sweet potato cheesecake muffin. So they look good. They don't look the same color. I think they're a little bit darker, but again, I use sweet potato. The guy on YouTube use pumpkin. So pumpkin's a little bit darker. So they don't look the same, but they look good still the same. So I'm gonna take one. Don't judge me. I'm gonna put the whole thing in my mouth. So it's not. This is like a one bite deal. So let's see. So I'm gonna first say this, that they don't compare to the Starbucks, but these could be sold in a store for sure. You can tell that it doesn't have the flour in it, the almond flour. Oh man, it makes it so light. And I would do this. I want to perfect this though. So the batter itself didn't have the pumpkin spice in it. I probably would have put more spices in the actual batter part of it. The cream cheese is really good. You can't taste the pumpkin spice so much. And I don't know if I had used pumpkin, if it would have brought that pumpkin spice out or not, but the muffin itself is so light and airy, and oh man, yeah, this is, so it's almost like a in between cake and cornbread. It's a different consistency for sure, but really good. Go out and make this. I'm gonna put his recipe in the descriptions, and I'll just put in there that I use sweet potato. I did everything the same, but really good. I mean, crowd pleaser for sure. Appreciate you guys. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F-U-C-K. Go out there, read it, by Mark Manson. Good book. And thanks for tuning in today. And remember, if you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. See you guys later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook, you can do anything. If you can read, you can cook.